my fellow Americans. As those of you who were lucky enough to win that lottery know, or those of you who enviously watched your friends' Instagrams and Snapchats, I recently visited Stanford to talk about cybersecurity. While I was on campus, I noticed a few things. The beautiful sun, the gentle breeze through the cascading trees, but most concerningly, a bunch of students with forced smiles and baggy eyes. I'm here today to talk about an extremely serious issue affecting our young people today: sleep deprivation. Sleep deprivation is the condition of not having enough sleep, which can cause fatigue, daytime sleepiness, clumsiness, and weight fluctuation. Coincidentally, these are also the symptoms of being president of the United States. A lack of sleep can also affect students' school performance and could be linked to an increased risk of emotional problems, such as depression. The recommended amount of sleep for adults is 8 hours a night, and psychologists encourage us to be guided by our own patterns of alertness when gauging how much sleep we need. But most of us don't listen to that and continue to push on, failing to recognize that drowsiness is in fact red alert. To add to the problem, sleep deprivation may disparately impact different communities across our nation. This is the United States of America, the greatest country on earth, which is slowly but surely healing from its deep racial wounds. Yet according to a recent article by the New York Times, studies have repeatedly shown that non-Hispanic whites get more and better quality sleep than people of other races, and African Americans are the most likely to get shorter, more restless sleep. This could be due to a myriad of factors, and I've committed my administration to getting to the bottom of it. I'm using my executive power to declare sweeping action on the topic of sleep deprivation. The video you're about to watch will highlight my task force findings on this issue and offer recommendations for alleviating the problem nationwide. You can also read more about the program at redalert.gov, which we promise will be slightly less ineffective than healthcare.gov. God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America.
So bad. Yeah, that's good. Actually looks like a music video.
Is there a music video?
There will be a music video.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is there a time?
You said what? It'll be going down real soon, we'll say that.
Okay.
And also the theme will be, but I'm sleek. There'll be a sleek whip. Or you could sleep. You could be.
That's beautiful.
So, hey Chris.
Hello.
Hi.
What's up, Tyler?
Hi, Tyler.
We'll just jump right in. How much sleep do you usually get?
Depends on the week, honestly. But this week I just had midterms and I have like assignments coming up, so I probably have gotten like 5 hours of sleep a night. Depends.
About 6 hours on average.
I think I get like 7.5. Maybe 5 or 6 hours.
On a nightly basis, probably say an average of 6.5.
It really varies. I think I probably average 6.5 to 7, but I have some nights where I'm sleeping really well and other nights where like it's very short, so.
How much is very short?
Very short would probably be like maybe 4 to 5.
10 hours.
Good God.
Are you serious?
I try. I take naps like
Oh
in the
my
day.
goodness.
Usually like 7 to 8 hours.
Do you feel like that's enough?
Yes, I definitely do.
Do you like intentionally get?
I do, and I intentionally make sure I get that much sleep. I don't do well without a lot of sleep.
It depends. I would say on average maybe 6 hours a night. Some nights I don't sleep, some nights I do. Depends on how much work I have on any given week. Like this week will be very rough, so maybe I will be averaging maybe 4 or 5. Other weeks, like week 1 or 2, I maybe get 8 hours a night. You never know.
Do you feel like your lowest hours of sleep, like that's enough sleep?
No. I will often be falling asleep in class, very tired. I'll be riding my bike, swerve, because I just fell asleep as I was riding. But it happens.
So where would you say your ideal amount of sleep would be? If you could control exactly how much sleep you were getting, where would it be?
7.5.
7.5. According to a recent New York Times article, non-Hispanic whites, on average, get more sleep and better quality sleep than other races. And this is across the board, accounting for socioeconomic status and everything like that. And this was a statistic that was concerning to me. How does that disparity, how do you react to that? Are you surprised?
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that sleep would be racial at all. That's interesting.
Especially.
Wow.
So how do you respond to that disparity? Are you surprised? Or?
I'm surprised. I didn't think. Well, yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised for sure. I'm curious as to what the underlying factors that contribute to such a phenomenon.
That's very surprising to me. Yeah, I've never thought of sleep in that way and how different races and ethnicities go about that. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to guess.
Actually doesn't surprise me at all. I feel like Blacks or Hispanics are at those jobs that are just like very hard on the body, and I think work very long hours, or they work multiple jobs, and I feel like that has the effect of less sleep and worse sleep, since they're worrying about different things, worrying about different jobs, money, all that different type of stuff. So it doesn't surprise me at all.
It's not something I would have thought about before hearing the stat, but it does make sense. Culturally, I think that like minorities in general like are typically taking like longer hours when it comes to job and harder labor. So like I know growing up, like my mom and grandmother not sleeping was like very common. You kind of imitate what you grow up around.
No, it doesn't, to be honest, because when I get stressed, it's not just about school, it's about family, it's about interactions I have with people, it's about relationships, it's about the community that I'm working with, depending on whether it's rugby or the Native community. So there's like a lot more factors that I'm worrying about that's on top of school. With people of color, we deal with a lot more issues that we have to like, that keeps us up at night, I'd say.
During like finals week last quarter, when a lot of the Eric Garner stuff was going down, I definitely was having trouble sleeping. I don't think my white counterparts were as troubled by those sorts of things, so.
Kind of then, how much sleep were you getting?
Probably 4 to 5, yeah.
I don't think it's a surprise. Based on your background and your culture and the things that you have to do on a daily basis, it can affect the type of sleep that you get based on your responsibilities and just the workload that you have on yourself on a daily basis, I think. It's not surprising.
Now, I convened this task force specifically because I believed that this was a problem that was affecting America's youth today. Now, this is something I'm extremely concerned about. And with you in particular, do you think that race and culture impacts the way you sleep, impacts your own sleep habits? Or is it more of a thing where it applies to the individual differently?
If I'm talking myself, okay.
Yourself.
So when you said culture, immediately what came to mind was the culture of Stanford University. And it's not good. When it comes to sleep, it's just not good. We're not sleeping enough. It's very unhealthy. As a university student, we need to sleep more, and it's a real problem.
Besides, like, I don't know if this is necessarily unique to like the culture I grew up in. Obviously, like working hard and like, you know, coming from a minority background, maybe like that pressure to kind of like succeed, kind of against the odds, maybe. But I don't know. Hard to say. That wouldn't be my first guess. But if I had to reach for something, maybe that's all I could really think of.
Probably a little bit of both. I mean, like, there are some cultures where, like, napping is a thing, right? And I'm sure that affects your sleep pattern in some ways, but, I mean, I do think there's definitely an individual component, too. I don't know which one to weigh more, but yeah.
All right, well, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to talk to me. As you know, I have endless time to contribute to coming into college students' dorms and figuring out, you know, what their sleep habits are. It's a #1 priority for my administration. There is nothing more important going on than this. I'm committed to you. I'm committed to your issues. I may do something about them. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Michelle Obama, First Lady of the United States of America. As many of you may know, I'm dedicated to ensuring that the children of our future have healthy eating and exercise habits. In light of new research, we now realize that sleep is also extremely important in maintaining our health. Here are some tips to avoid the harmful consequences of sleep deprivation. Try to pinpoint the amount of sleep you need to feel refreshed every single day. Try to avoid doing work in your bed. When you routinely work in your bed, you are telling yourself, your body and your mind, that the bed is not for sleep, but only for work, and we want to get away from that. Start work earlier. Avoid pulling all-nighters. Do your work in increments over time in order to make sure that you are able to get the amount of sleep you need every night. Another tip is trying to make a sleep schedule and stick to it. Go to bed and wake up every single day around the same time. Your body needs stability. Avoid using technology at least 30 minutes before going to bed. Try to avoid drinking caffeine 6 to 9 hours before going to bed. Another tip is make a list of all your worries, tasks, and anxieties. Never go to bed worrying about what you have to do tomorrow. Just make a list of everything you have to do, put it to the side, get in the bed, and just get your rest. Many of the students seen in the video reported not feeling surprised that Black and brown people tend to not get that much sleep. Even though these studies and reports are inconclusive as to why this happens, We are dedicated in making sure that Black and brown communities are able to follow these tips as they are at a higher risk for sleep deprivation. Thank you, and good night.